Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of FTB Beyond here on the CreedCraft server. Thank you very much for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. Today we're going to be continuing building this building over here, the immersive emberneering building, mixing together some of the blocks of embers down here and some of the immersive engineering stuff. A large part of it is the immersive engineering at the moment, and I'm going to try and incorporate a lot more embers stuff into it. I'd like to try and use down here as basically an embers factory, importing in ember, solid ember, into a load of machines in this part here. So I've started adding in the coke oven and the blast oven, as I showed in my short episode, which should have been out a few days ago, and well, between this episode and the last episode it should have been out. If you haven't been back to watch that, make sure you do, because it shows you kind of these and some of the block pallets we'll be using today as well. So I've started putting in the caminite bricks around the bottom. I do need to make up a fair few more of those. There's a lot of materials we need to gather today, a lot of building we need to do, and we need to get a little bit further into embers as well to be able to make the ashen bricks. However, for now, I'm actually creating up a load of iron plates here with a redstone clock just on the spigot here, leading out into a plate cast. And we're going to need to create a fair few plates, because if we have a look at the recipe for the reinforced glass we're going to use, I didn't realise this was quite as in-depth as it actually is. It's this one from Industrial Craft 2, from IC2. Now it uses 7 glass, which is fine, we've got tons of that. Although it does seem to be the non-chiseled glass, so we may need to chisel back a load of the chiseled glass we have back into vanilla glass. And it also uses this advanced alloy. Now this advanced alloy is one of the later game things within Industrial Craft, so we're going to have to try and kind of shortcut our way through it, because it takes these mixed metal ingots, which you create in a compressor. Now luckily oh no, I don't have a compressor yet, so we will have to actually make one of these, and I don't know if you can make them, or you can compress them within the other compressor we have from Thermal Foundation. So in order to make these mixed metal ingots, we're going to need iron plates, bronze plates, and tin plates. Luckily I have loads of tin and bronze and iron. We've got the iron coming out already, so if we get a load of bronze, we've actually only got not many actually. That's surprising, but we don't have many blocks or ingots of that. So I'm going to do these one by one, just in case we start creating alloys. Or actually, is there a mixed metal alloy? No, there isn't. There's only mixed metal ingots. So I'm going to wait for this to go through, and then we're going to stack up this input chest here with a load of bronze and a load of tin, and we will be back once we've built up a load of these plates. Well, while we're waiting for all of these plates to build up, we can actually take some of the iron ones here, a few stacks of those, and we can start working on the roof, because the sheet metal we're going to use for the roof, which is just here, you can see it is 4 iron plates makes 4 sheet metal. We're going to need a fair amount of this, so put all of this into there because we just run out. Let's do a few stacks first, because we are going to need a lot of it, and I'm going to work on this roof first, I think, just building this out, because I really want to get a kind of a really good idea of how this is going to look at the end, and I think when we get the roofs in, it'll give us a much better idea. So there is the first of the roofs, and I will want another ladder just on this bit here. The iron ladders, just to match up with this one here. There we go. And needs to add in a couple more here actually. Oh no, don't, because this is actually going to be the level of this roof. So we put this all the way across to there. We're going to need a lot more of this sheet metal. Wow, is that all that did? Let's see how far we can get. And there we go. And so the chimney stacks will stick up this tall above, and I've done it this tall so that it can actually be visible from, say, over here by the Britannia stuff, so that the tops of the chimneys can actually be visible from as you're walking down this path. I think it does look a lot better. I had them a bit lower before and you couldn't see them from the path down there, and it made it look a little bit weird because it was just because I'm going to put smokers in these as well. So it was just kind of smoke rising from a chimney with no, well, from a roof with no chimney there. So it did make it look a bit weird, but that does look a lot better. So need to grab some more of these. I'm probably actually going to need a lot more in general. Completely underestimated how many of these I do need. But we have tons of iron, so that's no worries at all. Let's do 3 stacks, see where we get then. I think actually that's probably too many, but they will come in useful. Or maybe not. Ooh, look at that, that's perfect. There we go. So there is the roofs then. And so this level in here is kind of a double height one here and a single height here. And then as we go up the catwalk and across to the side and into the kind of foreman's office here, then this is a double high as well. And then this leads up to the rooftop. And then we have a ladder up onto the taller roof here. So we could have some kind of solar panels on the top of here or something like that if we wanted to make this place self-sufficient. Well, I must have done something with advanced alloys before, because I did actually have 42 of these mixed metal ingots in my system already. So we've got those to work with, but also we've only got 49 iron plates left. So I'm going to have to put a load more iron through this smeltery. I'm doing it like that for now, and I know there are quicker ways to do it, but I like to use the stuff which are available here, rather than just kind of using the engineer's hammer, I think it is, the immersive engineering hammer. We can get those out quite quickly, so if needs be, then I can do that. But we're getting them out relatively quickly here, quick enough to be able to get enough of this mixed metal, and then I can put whatever I need else back into my system. In order to compress these plates down into the mixed metal, we're going to need a compressor. I can't work out how I got these before. There must have been a spawn thing to do it with. So let's just have a look down in the spawn chests, see if there is actually a compressor in here. All of this stuff hasn't really been touched since moving it all over here. In fact, we can take all of this out, get rid of that one. Yeah, and put it all into here. So is there a compressor? Can't see anything there. Can't see anything there. and no to there as well. And in here, doesn't seem like it, no. Okay, so we are going to have to make one. Now the compressor, I've just had a quick look at the recipe and it's a little bit more involved than I thought it was again. So we'll have a look at it here. We've got everything apart from this electronic circuit we can see here. So I've made the machine base, machine casing, which is nice and simple. Just 8 of these iron plates. There's a lot of iron plates in this. However, this electronic circuit is a bit more involved. You can see it is iron plate, 2 redstone and 6 of these insulated copper cables. And these insulated copper cables are a copper cable and rubber. And the rubber you get from smelting sticky resin or extracting from rubber tree saplings. Okay, that's not too difficult then. But what's an extractor? Right, we need an electronic circuit to be able to do that. So we can't do that much. Okay, so where else can we get rubber from? Sticky resin in an alloy smelter. Looks like it comes from sticky resin mainly. Or calcite dust in a chemical reactor which needs a load of other stuff. Okay. So it starts off with rubber trees. We definitely have rubber trees. We have 14 rubber sapling there. It's actually probably enough to be able to do everything we need. But I will plant these up. I can actually get these up really quickly. Because out the back here I have a farmer, which I was getting a load of ebony with. If we place these in instead. No. Yeah, there's a load more. I've got a load of ebony wood here because I love the colour of the ebony wood. And I needed a lot of wood anyway. Let's just empty all of this out as well, actually. So there's that all empty, and now we can activate this, go to always active, and hopefully this will start planting. Yes, it is. There we go. So this will create some rubber for us. We'll create rubber saplings. But once these are planted, we'll be able to put the taps on them. Actually, no, that's a point. We need to put the taps on, don't we? So let's get our ring of growth, which is actually in here. And with the ring of growth, we should be able to grow these up nice and quickly. You can already see some things on that we can put taps on. And I'm hoping either like watering can or this ring will allow us to... well, that's a strange one. Wow. Yeah, will allow us to gather this sap much more quickly. So we can see on the rubber trees we have these little sap things. And on here we need to put a tree tap, which is one of these. Let's grab a couple of them. So we stick that on there, and we got an achievement, sticky situation. And again. And again. I thought there was a way of actually harvesting this stuff. Let's shave these trees down, because all we need of the trees is the wood, rather than the leaves. And see if there's any more of the sap on it. Another one here. Now how much have we got? That gives us 2 each time of the sticky resin. And then all we need to do is boil this up and it gives us the rubber that we need. Well, we have enough of what we need, so we can put this into the alloy smelter. And that'll go through nice and quickly. There's 3 and 6, that's actually all we need. And the only other thing we need is copper, what is it? Copper cable here, which you get with copper plates. We've got plenty of them, and cutters. So we'll get a pair of cutters, and then this copper here, we need 6 of those, and then these ones go in there to create 6 of these. It's actually quite an expensive recipe, that, considering it only gives you 1 for 1. I thought it'd give you a lot more than 1 for 1. And so now we can finally create the compressor with the electronic circuit. And there we go. So we have a compressor. Now we actually need to power this thing, and IC2 has a strange power system of EU. However, I think we may be able to cheat the system a little bit with a flux point. So all of that work we just did may end up being destroyed. I'm going to come over here and over here and test it. Somewhere where mobs won't spawn in the light here, so it's easier for people on YouTube to see. So let's have a look at the compressor. 0 EU. So we can fit a load of upgrades onto it. And so if we put a flux point onto here, no, it does not want to work. Okay, if we put a energy pipe onto here, does it work? From my system. So an energy conduit onto here, no, that doesn't work either. So we're going to have to create a, oh, this is only a tier 1, consumes 2 EU per tick. So what can we create from IC2? And create just a regular generator. So an iron furnace, more iron plates, working our way through this iron plates. And again, more iron plates as well. And this battery. Need more rubber. Yeah, now we have everything to make the RE battery, which will fill up, and then we can create the generator. So now this generator will go on top of this, and we can burn stuff in here to produce EU. So let's just see first of all how much does this supply. I'm imagining this will take coal. Yes, it does. We'll probably need some cable for this as well. So what does Industrial Craft have for cable? I'm not sure. I'm going to have a look to see what happens when you place the generator on top of here. Will this start working? Put some coal into it. And so yeah, this is actually gaining power. Will it explode? It's not exploding, that's a good sign. Means we might be doing this right. This is filling up as well. Let's put the rest of that in. So what happens when this reaches 4? Will they both explode? No. Excellent. I'm pretty sure it's industrial craft 2 where if you put too much power into the machines they do explode. So I'm going to put some of these mixed metal ingots into here. And this will create the mixed metal plates or the advanced alloy plates that we need. It's coming up to the end now. And advanced alloy. Excellent. So we need 2 of these per 7 panes of glass we have. So let's wait for the next one to come out. And we can probably put the first 7 in. However, I'm going to... Oh no, we've got tons of glass, that's fine. So if we put these in an eye, put those 2 there, and we have 7 panes of reinforced glass. I'll come back over here in a minute and we will have plenty more to be working with. So just put these into here. Now these windows aren't really to look out from inside, but not to look into from outside either. They're to give light, natural light into the building. Very often you'll see this in kind of factories and places, industrial buildings where they won't have the windows kind of low down to the ground. They'll have them much further up. So it discourages things like burglaries and stuff like that, trying to get in through windows. And as I said in my short episode, they tend to go for small panes within a larger frame rather than a single pane of glass which would extend over the entire window. That's to mean that if one of these little panes gets broken, if it was a massive pane then there'd be a huge hole in the side of the building. However, if a small pane gets broken it's only a tiny little hole that no one can actually fit through. So let's see how much more of this mixed metal we can make. So it is iron at the top, and then it is bronze, and then it is tin. So we can make another 18 in total. Gonna need a lot more than that. Doesn't go in the generator. Goes in here. So got another 2 there. Get another 14 glass. There we go. Put these into the building. And so it's going to be a lot of back and forth today, just making sure things are getting ready. Making sure we're carrying on doing things even though they do take a while. So the windows are going to go around the bottom. I'm still not sure about what to put here. I really don't know, because I really don't want it to just be concrete. And I could do some kind of design with the tiles. So put tiles along here, frame it in tiles and then put concrete in the middle with a design, maybe. I think I'll have a play around with it and see kind of what I like. But I'm going to have to create a load more of this concrete anyway to be able to do that. But I'm going to get all of this glass in around the bottom here and I'll be back with you in a minute. So I've now put in all of the glass all the way around the building, and I've added in these frames around here. It leaves us only a little bit of space on each side to put something into. And I've decided, I think for now at least, I want to put in this, just the regular treated wood planks. And I think as we get some of the embers blocks, especially the dawnstone, then we can start kind of putting a better pattern into this and making it more dwarven than it is now. Because I think at the moment, although it is very immersive engineering, it's not very embers at all, and I want it to be a lot more embers. We're going to add a lot of embers blocks on the floor, but and a lot of embers infrastructure here, and once this infrastructure is up then we can start making the kind of dawnstone blocks and stuff like that. As soon as we have dawnstone we can add a lot more decoration into this building. So I think for now we're going to add in this treated wood just to finish off the building for now. And then we can get into some of the Ember stuff. Hopefully we've got time today for some of that. There's that one. And this back one. Tell you what, let's use the wand, it's a little bit quicker. That's a lot quicker actually. And then in here as well. There's that side and the top. And there we go. So I think for now, apart from the doors of course, that is the building finished. As I said, I was going to put in some kind of industrial doors into here. However, I want to leave it and I want to have a play around with molasses doors. So yeah, let's have a look at molasses doors. So I've had a look through the molasses doors mod, and I don't know if it's Optifine or the pack that's kind of messing it up. But if we have a look at it in JEI, molasses, you can see that all of the items here are actually not textured. I haven't tried it without Optifine, and it's made it very difficult to try and work through it. So I've done it basically off camera and I've decided what I want, because it's impossible just to go through all of this with you guys here, just try and work out what everything is. So I have increased the size of this path to a 3x3 instead of a 3 wide instead of a 2 wide, because the first one I've got here is actually a high-tech door. Now it seems a bit weird having this kind of industrial style building with the high-tech door, but there's a couple of things about it that I do like. First of all, it's a 3 wide, and I do like 3 wide doors. It's got a nice animation to it, and also it's got the kind of the ready here of the treated wood, and it's got the Goldie style design down here of the Dawnstone as well. So it kind of technically fits in, I suppose. And the dwarves are all supposed to be about kind of the kind of dwarven technology, I suppose, and making the most out of everything. So yeah, we're gonna go for this one. It might not be the best one. If you can think of anything better than this, please let me know. If there's anything we can do with molasses doors, I will try to work through it, but it is quite difficult with it not being in JEI at all. And then up here for these doors we have these reinforced doors. I do like these. These are a lot more kind of in keeping with the style of the building than I suppose the high-tech door down there. And this has a nice sound and animation. It does take a while for it to open though. And to close. But yeah, that's cool. And then up here we can do the same thing, just here. And then up on the roof here, I have these ladders here. And there's actually a much better ladder within molasses that I've found. So if we take these off, we can add these rusty ladders in. And I think they look really cool. I think they are much, much better than the iron ladders we had there. And so you can climb up them. And then take this one off as well. And place the last one in there. But yeah, molasses has been difficult to work with because there's no textures to it. The last thing I want to do on this for now is to actually put the smokers in. And I want it to be more kind of smoke than the blacksmith. So I'm going to place 2 on top of each other here. Take that one out. And place that one there and that one there. Then I'll have a sleep. Make it daytime. And we'll see what this looks like properly. Yeah. It's kind of how I envisioned it. I think I'm going to swap these treated wood planks out for dawnstone when I get the chance. And that will add in a lot more of the kind of dwarven feel on the outside of it. Because I do want it to be a dwarven based design. But as I said last time, I think immersive engineering is, if the dwarves had access to this mod pack, I think that is one of the mods that they would exploit the most. So that's why I've built in this style. So when it comes to embers, there are a couple of building blocks that we are going to want to make. First of all, we have the ashen stone for down here. And second, we want the dawnstone for up here. You can see I've added some lights in around the room as well. And we've added in a wireless charger down here, which will power all the lights in the entire building actually, which is good. And hopefully any of the electrical machines we put in as well. So anyway, the ashen stone first, because that's the most simple. And we're going to need a fair amount of it for all of this stuff we want to put in around here. So the recipe for the ashen stone is 4 stone of any kind around an ash pile. And the ash pile is a bit of a weird recipe this. It's a stamping recipe. Flat stamp into with alchemical waste into a stamping recipe makes ash pile. But in actuality it is a lot more simple than this recipe actually says. We're going to need a couple of things. First of all, we're going to need a bin, which is 6 iron ingots and an iron plate. We're actually going to need a couple of these, so I am going to build 2 of them, because that's how many of the iron plates we have. And we want, what is it? It's called a cinder plinth. There it is. So this, we need silver ingots, lead pipe, cammonite bricks, a furnace, and lead plates. So we've got everything apart from a cammonite brick, so we can make that just like that. From cammonite bricks, we'll the ingot form of a brick rather than a block form of a brick. And then we can make the cinder plinth. And to make ash piles, place the bin down, place the cinder plinth on top of it. And to make the cinder plinth work, we are going to need a couple of other things. I've placed down a ember activator here, just a hopper going into it, just so we can put some embers into it. It is got ember in it at the moment. If I put this ember gauge on, you can see there's actually 1200 ember within this copper cell here again. And again, this is just a battery. And we have a emitter coming out of here. And so that is going to need to connect to the cinder plinth. No, I did not want to do that. I just burnt that up. So I'm going to need to make another one. Remember, shift click on the cinder plinth if you need to put stuff onto the side of it. Because otherwise it goes into it and burns up. So we need some more of these. So shift click onto the side of it there. And this will start embers going into it there. And if we put a hopper onto the side of this here, then we can start putting just random stuff in basically. See, we've got 198,000 sand here, and so we can just shove a load of sand in there, and you can see it starts bubbling up there, or starts smoking up there. And then inside the bin at the bottom, the bin holds at least 1 stack, or up to 1 stack of something. And if we put an item gauge on the side, we can actually see what's in there. So if we do that, that is from embers again. And it is this item gauge here, just a compass, paper and lead ingot. Nice simple recipes to make. If we place that onto there, now we can see we have 21 ash piles. Right click to take it all out. Right click again to put it all in. And so I've made a little bit already just to make sure that it actually worked there. So we've got 26 And so now we can actually start making these ash and stone. And this recipe creates 4 each, which is quite nice. So that is just over 100. And now if we, I think it's a 4x4 creates the ashen bricks. And then the ashen bricks in a 4x4, sorry, a 2x2 creates the ashen tiles. It's the ashen tiles we're going to want. So if we grab all of those, and we'll do all of these as well. So there we have the ashen tiles. And so these are going to go down here. That's what I didn't want to do. Luckily I didn't have that many left. See if we can do this a bit better here. Nope. It's because I've got step assist. I don't like step assist at the best of times. There we go, only need a few more, and we've still got loads of stuff in here. So the ash and stone, put them in there. We're going to need a fair amount of ash piles anyway for lots of other stuff. Just grab all of these. There we go. Nearly done. And there we go. And so that is the outside ring. There's a couple of these we're going to want to take up. So I think I want to take up that one there. And that one. And that one. And that one. Because I'm going to put dawnstone into each one of those. I think because dawnstone is one of the more complicated things to create within Embers, it does mean using a fair few machines and learning more about the mod. So I'm going to do that in next episode. We're going to kind of dedicate an episode to dawnstone and finishing this building off completely. So join me then. If you did enjoy this video, please like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.